Okay. Hi, people, and welcome to today's info session. We do apologize for the bit of delay. We actually wanted to get, as many as possible to join us. So forgive us. Yes, a show of presence would have been great. But yeah, here we are. Hi, everyone. My name is Florencia. I'm with Learning Experience here at Azubi Africa. And today we're going to be having an info session on our AWS Cloud Intensive Program. So just give me a moment to quickly share my screen, and then I think we can begin. Okay. All right. Now, how many of us are excited about this program, and how many of us are excited to be part of this info session? I'd like to see some reactions. I'd like to see some things in the chats. Okay, great. Okay, I see Latif with his hands up. Is it a reaction or you'd actually like to say something? Okay, Penty, hello. Hi. Great, great. I'm seeing all this as excitement. Yes, so I think we're just going to go straight into our agenda. Now, we have amazing speakers for today. I don't want to, should I say, drink the soup before we eat the fufu. So let's just wait as we go on. You're going to meet the amazing team behind this entire info session. Great. So on our agenda today, we're going to be having our welcome and introduction. Then we're going to learn a little bit about Azubi Africa and Generation and this entire project and the program. Then we are going to go down to the program outline, which is going to include the course structure, your timetable, the methodology, what we expect of you when you come on board as learners, and what you can also expect of us as a training team and also as a supporting team from Generation and Azubi Africa. We're also going to go down and then look at some of the program details. So I think some of us are still confused about where we are or where we've gotten to in our application process, how the actual program is going to look like. And so that's when we are going to be discussing all of this in the program details. And then we're going to go straight into our questions and answers. Please prepare all the questions you need to get answers to. And the team here is more than happy to answer all these questions for you. We're also going to, conclude and have some closing remarks. And then I think that will be it. So if you're excited, can I see some things in the chat? Can I see excited in the chats? Yes. Can I see some more excitement in the chats? Hey, so I told you that we're going to be having very, very amazing speakers, and I am more than happy and honored to introduce to you our director here at Azubi Africa. She is the director of our academy and our careers department, and everything you're going to be doing in this course, she is now going to be your director. And so with a round of applause, let us welcome Maureen to give us director's remarks and then tell us a little bit about Azubi Africa and the role Azubi Africa will be playing in this program. So over to you, Maureen.
Thank you, Flo, and welcome everyone. It's nice to see such a crowd and such an active crowd as well in the chat. That is super cool. I see the number of attendees is growing, and we're very excited to have all of you here today to learn more about our AWS Cloud Intensive Program. And to get to understand a little bit better what the program is about, what the outcomes are going to be, and what Azubi Africa and Generation are doing this for together. So big welcome to all of you. Very excited to have this first info session, and very happy to also answer all of your questions, questions that you may have about the program, about the outcomes, and as well about Azubi, Africa, and Jen. So moving forward to an introduction of Azubi Africa. Thank you, Flo. So you've come this far, which means that you have started applying. You may be at different steps in your application process, and we're super happy that you're interested enough in the program to join this session and to get to know a little bit more about the organizations that are delivering this program. So we wanted to give you a bit of an overview of what it is that we do at Azubi Africa and why you are in super good hands when it comes to upskilling and employment. So Azubi Africa, as you will see throughout your journey, that we talk a lot about Azubi Africa, we talk a lot about Get Hypnotized. Those are our two organizations and two initiatives that focus basically on providing African talent with decent job opportunities, tech job opportunities in the remote world and on the global marketplace. So we've been running for quite a long time, since 2016, as you can see, and our objective is to place more than 10,000 people into those tech roles. What we do is we identify different pathways that we believe are super strong pathways for employment opportunities that are super in demand in the current job in the tech industry. And that's how we work backwards in order to create programs that are going to help our learners get into jobs. So you see, I repeat a lot the word jobs and employment because this is not your typical training program. This is not your typical upskilling program. The opportunity, the outcome that we are looking at is jobs. What we want is for you to train, to certify, and to get into a job. So super big focus on this. How you get into that job, however, is through our academy and through our career center, which you will learn about in just a few. But you will understand that we partner up with Generation Ghana and other members of the coalition, of the GROW Coalition, which stands for Ghana Remote and Online Work. That's the one. I hope Jen is online. We'll see that I remember the acronym super well, which is a coalition of super strong partners in Ghana with the support of MasterCard Foundation that aims at putting individuals into young Ghanaians into tech jobs. So alongside other partners, we decided to focus on one track that we know super well, which is AWS, and provide an upskilling program of 18 weeks, which you will hear about in a second, that we know is something that is currently in demand in the job market. So our objective is to get you super pumped about the program, complete your selection process, and join us for 18 weeks while we take you through technical training, careers, employability, and soft skills training, and we prepare you for different types of employment, from fixed-term employment to freelance roles. You'll see that the variety of roles that are out there when it comes to cloud and more globally when it comes to tech are pretty big. So a big welcome. I'm very excited that we have this first info sesh on AWS and on our Cloud Intensive program. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We will insert them as we go along. And yeah, welcome. And back to you, Flo.
Thank you so much, Maureen. I don't know, I just felt like doing whoop whoop because yeah, I think I'd like to be a learner again. Honestly, this sounds like fun. Okay, so next on our, should I say next on our bill? We've already mentioned that we've partnered with, we're partnering with Generation Ghana, and we have a team from Generation Ghana here, and I'd like them to just, give us a snippet of who they are. I know we've heard a lot about generation, but I think some people do not know what they are about, like their mission. And then Marina has also spoken about the Grow projects. And yes, I think they can give us more details on that. So I would like to call on Giovanna or Amma, yes, to talk about generation and then the Grow projects. So, hi.
Hi,
Hi.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, please. You're audible.
Okay. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about Generation. So Generation is a non-profit. It is completing 10 years this year. We exist in 17 countries. And we have launched in Ghana. It's been a bit over a year. So we have launched in Ghana. It's a coalition. We have been working not only with Generation, but also with partners like Azubi. And for now, we have launched 5 professions, I think, in Ghana. If you'd like to go on to the next slide. Okay, so the Grow project, as Maureen said, is Ghana remote and online work. It's a coalition. We have been working together, and Azubi team will support the training of the profession of cloud engineering. And we'll be doing the same structure as the whole coalition, which is, like Maureen said, provide the training on the skills, support your graduation. You'll be having mentorship support during the program, employability coaching support during the program. So there will be a whole tools for you to use during the program to feel supported into graduation and also into going into employment. I'm not sure if you have another slide if you'd like to pass or add on.
Yes, this I think this just gives us a snippet of what the group project is about. Thank you so much, Giovanna.
No problem.
Thank you so much. So having this in mind, I think our next slide or our next segment is for our technical team to now give us a deep dive into cloud engineering. Well, they're going to say a whole lot about cloud engineering, some things you need to know, and then we're going to dive into the program structure. So fasten your seatbelts. And yes, I'm going to call on the technical team. I know we have our lead around, so fire on.
Thank you so much, Florisha. I wish I had your energy. Well, honestly, I have to mention this. I'm really loving the atmosphere and how quickly we are responding when Florisha says, "Hey, show me some emojis." That's so fun. I always like it when I always get some responses. So I'm going to steal this and say, if you're very excited to hear about the cloud part, please let me know in the chat or just like give me some few thumbs up so that I'll feel happy. Yes. Okay, so I'm good now. I can start. Thank you. Yes, give me a moment. I was hiding my face because today I'm a bit under the weather. So yeah, let me just put my camera on. See my face. Let's talk. Hi, it's me. Okay, so my name is Janet. I am Janet Echo with Azubi Africa. Things you should know about me. I am, if you are one of those people call yourself a techie or something like that, I'm one of those people. Always want something in tech, going around squeezing in every corner, want to know everything. That. Secondly, very passionate, and I have a huge team here who are also super into just passing on knowledge. If we meet in our meetings, it's very crazy because everybody wants to share something they've learned. So just, yeah, I have a great team here. And basically, we also do a lot of courses. But today, we want to talk to you about our cloud engineering course that we are running with Generation. So what I want to talk about, I would first talk about what it takes to be a cloud engineer. And then afterwards, I'll do a very, very short breakdown of what you would get when you come into the course. Okay, so cloud engineering, I don't need to really explain to you guys because I've seen in the chat a lot of you are saying, oh, I'm already taking a short course on this and that, so you know what cloud is. We are not going to go into that, but I want to talk a bit about cloud engineering. And one thing I know is sometimes the name is a bit deceiving because you hear cloud engineering and you hear solutions architect and you wonder what's cloud engineering, what's what's the difference between these things which sound so similar. So I just wanted to put out, if you take this course, what are some of the roles that you could get into, so that we can start from there. I hope that works for you. So for you, when you come into this course, by the time you believe in, some of the things you could be doing would be to deploy somebody's programming, somebody's application that they've put together on the cloud for them, or basically draw an architecture for someone and tell them, you can use this service, that service, put it together, do that. So you can be a consultant for some people. You can help people with cloud migration, help them with advice on security, or help them basically improve an infrastructure that they've already put together. This and many more are things that you can do. So you can already start picturing yourself doing some of these things. You don't, as a cloud engineer, you pick some of these things and then you do. You don't necessarily get into a place where you have to do everything. So don't worry too much about that. So when you get into these areas, or you want to get into these areas, what do you need? You need what some of you have already started doing, technical skills, going online, picking all of these things, reading. But in addition to this, you really need very strong problem-solving skills, and you need to be at the stage where you are applying these skills, and you're not necessarily just, you have the thoughts, but you need to be able to apply them. So you need that, and then you need soft skills as well. A lot of them business skills, I should call them, because you're a generation here. So you need business skills as well, because all of these you want to use in work. And so you need to learn teamwork, amongst others. I don't want to say this, Florencia will come and talk about the soft skills, but so for me, what is very necessary to me would be the technical skills, as well as the how to apply problem solving to these technical skills. Okay, so when you come into our course, this is what we are heavily going to be covering for you through our methodologies. I think, Florencia, you can move on. So we have been doing this since, we've been doing cloud since 2020, and we have some experience here. So you're in good hands when it comes to topics you should learn and what will get you then where your foundation should be and what you should focus on and what you shouldn't. So you shouldn't worry too much about what the curriculum is and what's going to go in there. But then in addition to this, what we really believe in is learning by doing. So once you learn whatever it is in the classroom, you're going to be applying it a lot. There'll be a lot of assignments. Just review whatever we've done. You're going to do reviews with us, but you're also going to be doing reviews with your peers. You're going to be in sandboxes all the time, just playing around with the services. So you make your mistakes here. I cannot tell you how many times you would go into the cloud and be so scared to start out because you can lose money. Okay, some of us are here, you know how hard the pocket is. Okay, so when you go online and then you say, let me just try the service out, and you know it's going to bill you at the end of the day, it's very difficult for you to practice with it. But then you would be able to do this with us in a safe environment. We'll tell you ahead of time, hey, do that, because we've seen it before and we can just guide you. And in addition to all of these, you would have self-learning, which is a big part for us as well, because you need to take responsibility for your learning. That's the only way you really feel what comes out of it when you've taken responsibility for it. So we have fun ways to go about this. You'd be in class with us for some of the time, but other times you have assignments, you have quizzes, you have mini projects, and then you have bigger projects like custom projects that you'll be doing with us. This is just for the technical side of things, but then we do all of these in collaboration with the careers team to get everything together. But basically, when you come to us, there'll be a lot of seeing of the trainers' faces and seeing of your colleagues' faces in the day. Our program is going to last a full day every day for the 18 weeks. I think I should rather start and say it's going to be 18 weeks. And then it's going to be full day every day on the 18 weeks. We will try not to get you bored when you are with us in the 8 hours every day. So you're going to be with us 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week. I almost scared people. Yes, it's 40 hours a week. And in that time, we will try our best to help you cover everything. We are having you here because, again, as Marine said, we want to get you into jobs. So the more time you spend with us, the more time we have to get you to make your mistakes and celebrate it with you so that you can learn how to not make those mistakes and remember them and also teach others whenever you want to pass on the knowledge as well. But then you'd be with us, and in this time, you'll be having foundation knowledge, which I see some of you have actually already started getting, which is good. If you have it already, it doesn't matter going over it again. It actually helps just to do review with us. So we'll do foundations, you do security, networking, the basics with us, and then we'll top it off with AWS services. What is it? How does it work? Which use case works best for this? And that will be your foundations. And then you grow this into actually understanding the services enough to start being creative with them, adding them in different ways so that you stand out. I like to describe cloud, especially AWS, like a shopping mall, and you are the new worker who wants to work there. So when you go in and somebody comes and says, hey, I need a cleaner for this window, you probably have about 5 different cleaners, and it's your choice which one you want to use for which reason and which one you want to recommend, right? Something like that. So you get to that point so you can sell the services that you have been creative enough with to put together. Also with this, we want to get into jobs again. So we are looking into accreditations for you to really show off what you have in addition to the projects that you'll be doing with us. And as I mentioned, there are mini projects, but there'll be custom project. There'll be one big project that will divide into foundational level and associate level for you to be able to finish and go boast about when you go into your interviews. So that is how our course is going to look like. If you see the screen, there are some topics on there already that some of you would have, you see, and you'll be covering in the courses with us. There'll be containerization, infrastructure as code, the AWS services themselves, databases, and all of these things are things that we'll be covering in the course. Okay, next slide. All right, so when I say we have 8 hours with you, I mean we have 8 hours with you, and we've planned it out for you. We are trying not to get you bored. You would hear more about the career aspects of this timetable when the time comes, but I want to emphasize on this, that we need you in this time to be with us and actually study with us. So all these topics that I'm talking about and all this jobs that we're talking about, it really depends on how much effort you give in this time for the 18 weeks. And basically just sit with us. I won't call it a sacrifice of your time because we will try to make it fun. Okay, it will be fun. After 18 weeks, you won't want to go. Okay, so this fun time we are going to have is going to be packed, and you can see some of the things that you're going to be doing in that time. There'll be instructor-led lectures, but then there'll also be times where you're doing group practicals with your colleagues, and there are times where you're doing self-study, and you will do review sessions with us to cover the self-study material. I see Isaac has a question. Isaac, I'll be glad if you could put it in the chat or just note it down somewhere. If you're like me, you probably forget it. So just write it down so you don't forget, and let's ask it later. Okay, thank you. And we have all of these fun things that we'll be doing with you in that time, and hopefully by the 18 weeks, you've had so much fun and you've had all these learnings to be able to move on in your career. All right, so that's us for the technical part. I will hand over to Florentia so that she would jump into the career part of this timetable and everything else on the career part. If you have any questions for me, please put it in the chat or just jot it down and ask me afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet. So I was just about to tell you that you have like 2 questions in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, so I don't know. Should I just direct you? Should I go and do the background thing in the chat, or would you like to
Sure.
explain in the round just so that everyone else gets to hear? I think they are very interesting questions.
Okay, sure. Which ones am I looking at?
So Samuel
Can you just
says,
okay.
Yeah, so Samuel says, are we going to learn everything?
Yes, Samuel. Do not be scared. Some of these things, especially on the foundational parts, maybe Florentia, you go back so that they can see the topics again. The foundational parts, you don't need to become an expert in networking and know everything about networking before you can do cloud. But it will help you in your job if you understand subnetting when you're doing your knuckles and everything else in AWS, when you understand the basics of IP addressing and all of these things. So you cover the basics with us. If you feel interested to continue afterwards, that's something you can do as well. I have some of my colleagues who have done this, and just we are basically gluttons for punishment in this company. So we just go take certifications everywhere, but then you won't go in depth into everything, but what you need, you would cover. Yeah, so you tackle every topic here.
Okay, and I think there's another one. Show us a sample certificate. Okay, Janet, please go ahead.
All right, Leon, I think what I'll do for you is just maybe send you to Google and ask you to type in Cloud CSA, AWS CSA certification, so that you can see a sample of what AWS will give you. There are some badges you get as well, and then you get something from us in-house to buttress it. And I unfortunately do not have one right now, but then Florentia remind me when we come to day 0, we will show that to everyone. But there are certificates, and you could look at the CSA one very easily on Google right now.
Yes, okay, so well noted. Right now, I'm your personal assistant. I'm supposed to remind you about this with day 0. You're welcome. I think for the other 2, a link for the registration will be provided in the chat as we move on. And is there an age limit? Janet, I think before you leave, just answer this one. It's easy peasy. Just answer this one and then we go.
There is, it's not, we just need you to be a young adult, is what we'll call it. So you should be between the ages of 18 and I feel like I want to ask Sandra how old she is, but I shouldn't. But then, Sandra, what I'll say is you should register anyway. Just register anyway. If you make it through, you make it through. But you should be between the ages of 18 and 35 and you should be good.
Okay, I think for the rest, I think there are more questions popping up and it might, delay us a bit. So I think the team can assist in answering these questions in the chat. So don't worry, don't think that we are not answering your questions, but we're going to answer the rest in the chat just so we can get it, moving along. And then if they are not, answered to your satisfaction, we can then handle it at the Q&A session. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Janet. So for what you asked me to do, you just owe me a cup of tea and a slice of cake. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll share the cake though. Thanks, everyone.
All right. So, as Janet said, the technical team does not work alone. They work with the career team, and I am part of the career team, though my role is a little different, but yes, you are going to be seeing a lot of career coaches. Now, what we do is that we don't believe in just having, the technical skills and then you don't know how to handle yourself in the workspace. So that is why the career readiness structure is here. Now, what that looks like is that we're going to be having sessions with you. Now, these sessions are going to be like practical workshops where we walk you through some foundational soft skills and business skills development that you need. And this would, looking at some of the topics here, we have self-discovery. Before you start anything, you need to know who you are. You need to know your personality type. You need to know your learning style. I think some people do not know that there are ways that you can learn effectively. And that is why our team is here, just to guide you and, teach you to discover who you are. We're going to do some other topics in launching your career into tech, doing some freelance fundamentals, and then we are going to now do your professional development sessions, okay? Then from there, in phase 2, we're also going to be doing leadership development essentials, some employability skills development, that's just job search, CV, preparation, and all of that, and then freelance and negotiation skills, right? These are just, a summary of the topics that you're going to be doing in the 18 weeks. The fun fact is that whatever you are going to be doing on the technical side is going to be kind of linked to whatever we are going to be doing also on the career side. So it's going to be, okay, I learned this technical thing, and then I also come and learn how to carry myself in the workplace, basic soft skills things, and it's always going to align with the topics that are going to be done in the technical side. We are also going to be having other career services that are our one-on-one bookings. Now, how our one-on-one looks like is we believe that everyone is different. Everyone has peculiar needs, peculiar questions, peculiar issues, and our career paths are totally different. So you'd have the opportunity to have one-on-one interactions with your personal career coaches, and they are going to be helping you prepare yourself to meet the employer engagement team. If you have any issues with your CV, we check for continuous improvement of your CV. If you need help with, branding, we are going to assist you with all of that. We are also going to be having group mentorship sessions. Now, there's nothing like peer review. There's nothing like, getting feedback from your peers, a collaborative learning environment. And so the group mentorship sessions are also going to be in place to help those who work best in like smaller structures. Also, Jeanette mentioned that you are going to be having a capstone, you are going to be having accreditation and all. We do understand that some people have anxiety, especially for tests and examinations, and our career team is there to support you, handle any kind of anxiety that you're going to be facing for any kind of exam at all. It's an open door. We have an open door policy in our careers team. You can reach out to anybody during office hours, and trust me, they respond. In fact, we all respond as quickly as we can. We are also going to be having other learner engagement events with industry experts. We don't only believe in, learning from each other in-house. Once in a while, we have some events called the community building events where we invite partners, so maybe like AWS certified professionals who come and share their journey with us, share tips with us. And from that, we believe that you can even get like your own one-on-one mentor from there. You can network very well when we get to those events. So in entirety, this is the structure for our career readiness, right? I was seeing some hands up, and I would still advise that we just share all our questions in the chat. Trust me, like there's an entire team. They would answer all the questions. Today we're not leaving here until we answer each and every question that you have. Okay. All right. Now, while I was talking about our career readiness phase, I also spoke about employer engagement, and I'm going to piggyback off what Marine said. The outcome or the goal of this entire program is to ensure that you are ready to be placed or to be employed. And so we have to understand this. Our career team is huge. Our career team does not also just work on its own. In Azubi Africa, I don't want to use the word, I think we collaborate a lot, and then we work very seamlessly. It's from, the technical to careers. And then within careers, we have a team called employer engagement. What we do at employer engagement is that they liaise with the career coaches and the learners just to be able to see which job fits which learner profile, right? Now, the structure of our placement supports is that first and foremost, we have an in-house job board. It's AI powered. And what this does is that you create a profile, you input some of the skills like the foundational skills you already have, any other complementary skills that you have, and then the new skills that you are learning. And the board has jobs that are listed every week. You can pick jobs that you believe you qualify for, or you are interested in, and yes, you qualify for, and then you can apply. We also have the job scouts, who are also part of the employer engagement team. Now, they also provide more jobs, but these jobs are shared with you in lists also on a weekly basis. So, for instance, they can share about a number of jobs depending on the class size that we have, and then they share a number of jobs with the entire cohort. And then for that one too, you also pick which ones you want to apply to. To ensure that you are on track, we do advise, we check up on you, the career coaches check up on you. Were you able to apply to these ones? Which ones were you able to apply to? Which ones weren't you able to apply to? What was the problem? And then if there's any issues that we need to assist you or support you with, we do that so that it better positions you for future lists that the job scouts are going to provide you with. When we talk about tailored job lists, there's no way we are going to be having an AWS training and then we are providing you with other jobs that are really not related to you. Maybe, yes, you have your AWS skills, your AWS cloud skills, and then maybe you have other complementary skills. We will not provide you jobs that do not align with your current qualifications and also your career path. And that is why it is important for you to liaise with your career coaches as often as possible and make your career path discussions very, very clear. Now, career support, I think I will not even talk too much on this because I have already explained it, but I'm just going to touch on it. Just a little sprinkle. Now, for career support, yes, we are going to continually refine your CV. We've been doing this for a very long time, and we know that there is no one CV fits all. You keep having to refine your CV, you keep having to update your CV, and so we are here for that continuous support. We are also here to help you with your interview prep. If you believe you have an interview and you just want a mock interview session with your career coach, you can just reach out and then we get that also done. We have our one-on-one mentorship and coaching, which I've already spoken about. And then we have this support that I think a lot of people forget about, but it's very important: imposter syndrome and anxiety support. More often than not, what we've seen over the years in assisting or supporting learners in the job market is that they find a job and then they are not sure, do I think I'm ready enough? Now that is imposter syndrome. And they feel so much, anxiety. They are too nervous to go. And that is why our career coaches are also here to assist you with that. For freelance opportunities, we're going to be having group mentorship sessions and also larger events where we will have, experts, freelance experts coming in to assist you to navigate the freelance space. I believe some of us are already in the freelance space, but then you need someone who is well versed in there to give you more tips and strategies to do better or thrive well in that space. So basically, this is how our employer engagement and freelance system works here at Azubi Africa. So trust me, you're in great hands. I am also going to be speaking on the feedback system. For us to be able to do all these things that I've spoken about, whether on the technical side, whether on career side, we need data, we need input from you, we need information from you. And so it is important that we know who you are prior to even training, who you are during training, and then post-training. We believe that people are dynamic. And so we have to, keep up with that pace. Now, before the training starts, we need to know your needs. We need to know your learning style. We need to know how you adapt to things. And so we're going to be having, a very short conversation with you. And this would, start giving us some data, to build your portfolio on who you are. Then during training, learning experience here at Azubi Africa. And that is going to be done through feedback. Now, feedback is going to be collected through surveys and also going to be collected through continuous discovery interviews. Anyone can, reach out to you. Hey, how are you feeling? What's going on? What is working? What is not working? Do you have any recommendations? Now, these questions are just to help us identify any areas of improvement and then help us to ensure that other future sessions are, top notch and is satisfying the needs that you have. When it comes to post-training, after training, we are going to, be preparing ourselves to be employed, to be placed. And so for post-training, we need to continue to reach out to you to help track your journey, to track your progress. Is there any other thing, any other supports that you need? And this is how our feedback system works, and it's also going to be the same for this program and this cohort. So yes, basically, this is just how this is the support that our careers team is going to be giving. All right. So now I don't want it to be like it's all talk, it's all talk. Oh, these people there, they are talking, no, they are talking. I want us to just, listen to some just two testimonials from our alumni. Now we have an alumni from Ghana and one out of Ghana, because usually we train learners all over, like in Africa, in Europe, all over. So I just want us to limit this to Africa. So please relax and enjoy what Theophilus and Stella are going to be telling us.
Hello, Florentia. I think we have, we need your help with the sound. So maybe you could reshare.
Okay, all right. Please give me just a
Yeah.
moment to do that. I'm so sorry.
Yes, we
I thought
almost
you could
missed
hear.
all the
I
interesting
know, right?
things.
I know. Let me just stop sharing and then reshare and see how that goes. Okay. Good. All right. So I'm going to just start, and Janet, please let me know if it's visible. Oh, sorry. So sorry about that. Okay. Can you hear it now? Let me play again.
We can see the screen.
Still no sound?
No.
Wow. And I'm actually sharing including sound.
Oh,
I
let's
am.
hear it.
I know, right? I'm so sorry. So I think what I can do is that right after I'm going to share this video, these two videos in the chat. Does that work? I think that would be like the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
if you agree with me, say yeah. Can I just see, like some
Yeah.
reactions in the chat? I want to see reactions in the chat. I want to see that they agree with me and it's not yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Okay. So at this point, I am going to call on Gideon to come and tell us a little bit about the benefits and expectations, what to expect from this program. Hi, Gideon.
Wow. Lovely people. I am excited to be here.
I like the energy.
It's been I
Please
know it's been
borrow
a
me some
journey.
of your energy. Just give me like 25%
I'm
of it.
dishing them out. I'm dishing them out.
Thank you.
I'm dishing them out. All right. So I come with energy, and my name is Gideon. I'm with the Azubi Careers team. I am a career coach, and it's a pleasure to be here to see so many people also here interested in the program and really looking forward to joining us. That being said, I believe when it comes to any kind of offering, there is always the point of responsibility. So when we speak about benefits and expectation, it means that there is the offering being given to you and then the responsibility that you also need to take. All right. That being said, what do we expect from you? What do we expect from you? It should clearly be your commitment to learning. Commitment to learning translates in everything you do. It's one thing when you say, hey, I am focused on going forward, and you set it in your mind, and yet your feet are pointing backward, right? So where your mind is, your actions should also what follow. So you can't tell me you're a committed learner if you don't show up to class. You can't tell me you're a committed learner if you don't submit assignments. You can't tell me you're a committed learner if you don't join career sessions. All of these indicate your participation in the program. Are we getting it? So active participation in all activities and what? Events. All right. It's a lot easier for me to understand you are committed just by your actions, just by your results, as opposed to mere words. So here in Azubi Africa, it's not mere words. We are not going to be using just mere words. It will be backed up by what action, and the data will reflect the actions. Okay. Now, what can you also expect from us? Because we also have a responsibility to be able to support you along this journey. And the team is highly qualified to do this. All right. When it comes to interactions with people and all of that, the team is so much, experienced in that. And we understand different learners from different parts, of Africa, and especially even in Ghana, even as an organization. When we started some of our operations in Ghana, we began to learn basically the things that are akin, especially to the Ghanaian group. All right. Then the second one you see is providing career services and mentorship. And as Florentia was mentioning, this is one of the most crucial things. You do not want to just gain technical skills and yet you go in for an interview and you have nothing to, say. You don't know how to sort of articulate the very technical skills you've acquired, right? Our career services and offerings that we have in the program, these are going to make you a holistic professional. All right. These are going to make you, and I'm also excited because just I think before this call, I received a message from one of our learners in some of our other programs telling me he had gotten a job. Okay. And he's going to be put on probation, right, for the next 3 months. And then after that, he'll get a full-time role. And these are, real life experiences. These are real life stories. This person has always been engaging the team, coming for mock interviews, appearing on career sessions, asking questions, trying out some of the assignments, and then making sure he's really involved in it. I've observed his journey, and it's just amazing to see him get this far. This could be your story. All right. Carve your own path also along this. And you need to be accountable for everything that you're doing. I don't know why these stories keep coming up. Just yesterday, I was speaking to somebody concerning how they plan on, charting their life path. And this has to do with their education. And I said, you need to have accountability partners. Even this afternoon, I was speaking to somebody else as well. And what he told me was, oh, online courses, he's not interested in it. And I said, yes, it's the reason why 90% of online courses, people are not able to do it. Why? Because you need to be in an environment that fosters some form of engagement for you. You get all of this here with us. All right. And I know there are some past students as well here who can attest to this. So if you're someone who has attended any of Azubi Africa programs before and you are here, you can say testimony in the chat for us. Let us know. Okay. Put testimony in the chat for us and let us know that you are here, that we are not just saying mere words. So this is what we are essentially saying, accountability. All right. On our part, we will make sure that we will be accountability partners. If you are slipping, we will give you a check. All right. But then all of this is to support you. So we are both your cheerleaders who are on the sidelines and supporting you to do it. But also, we will also be the referees who will give you either a yellow card or a red card if you are not aligning to things that allow you to succeed. So you'll be fighting against yourself if you don't engage, with us. So we see testimonies. All right then. So at this point, Florentia, is there any other thing I can also tackle, or these are yes? All right. I think it's still moving. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, awesome. All right, so we are looking at the program timeline, right? And what we see here basically is our current mobilization and selection period, right? This program extends a series of months, all right? It goes into next year. So currently, this is what we are doing. We are holding the info session to ensure that people apply, understand what the program is about, understand the program structure, and how they can engage, moving forward. Also, in February is when we actually hit the ground running. All right. So make sure you apply if you haven't applied. Make sure you are already in the process, and the team is going to support you there. And that'll be from February to June 2025. Then comes the employability and freelance prep period as well, where we get into a lot of job connection activities that will allow you to be better placed or better, suited for jobs. Then graduation is estimated to be in August 2025 as well. And Azubi has a great alumni community. So by all means, you'll be able to transition into the alumni community, and it's vast community of professionals that are willing to support each other, help each other. And yes, we succeed alongside that as well. So that will be for the program timeline. Now let's look at what the next steps or the application process will be. Some of you may have already applied, but then you register your interest on the program. Okay, so you create your account on the website, and then you tender in your application. Now there's also an eligibility assessment. Okay, so based on the rounds of tests, we will confirm whether you match up to this. Now I know there are a lot of questions being asked in the chat and all of that. Remember that every program has a purpose. There's a target group and there's a focus. If you do everything at once, you'll not be able to achieve the desired outcome. So this program was crafted for a certain target group, and we have shared most of this information here. If you also don't buy a ticket, you can't win the lottery. All right. So you need to actually put in your application. Right? And the team will by all means give you feedback that will allow you to understand whether you are the right fit or if you would be the right fit for even future programs. Okay, so if this might not be the right fit for you now, that's not the end. We do have other programs that might come in the pipeline that you might be a great fit for. Okay, and we are always available to support you on this journey. So do not feel like, oh, I didn't get selected for this, I didn't get selected for that. That is not the case, but rather make sure you apply, and the team will definitely explain to you if you're a good fit for the program. Also, the requirements for the program are very, very transparent. They are on the website, so you can always check them and you'll understand why you are not a good fit or not. Okay. All right, let's move on to. Okay. So now in terms of what happens next, this is where your application is finalized and documents are checked. And then you also receive an invite to chat with the team. I know some people have even already begun doing that. And once that is also done, we will also move to the program enrollment form, where certain details will be collected from us. Now, going through all these processes is to ensure that we have the right people is to ensure that people are truly committed. Someone would say, why are we going through all these hoops? And, it is to see whether you want it or not. Because there are people who would say, there are people who really need this thing, but they'll go and select somebody else. Why don't you prove yourself in the application process? And I believe if your heart is in the right place, you will definitely go through it, so long as what you are also aligned to this. All right. And this is when you also receive an email regarding your selection, and then the orientation day and all the details for the orientation day, time and everything will be shared with you should you be selected. Okay. So this will be communicated with you via email once you've gone through the entire process, and you have full knowledge of everything that you need to do in terms of preparation, in terms of being present during the orientation day as well. Okay. Okay. Florencia, where are we now?
Now we are at the favorite place. That's the question and answers. I'm seeing the chats go wild. So yes, we have a few questions in there. I think let me just quickly go. Some people just joined and they're asking what this is about. So I don't know if you don't. I mean, you're already on the floor. You already have the stage. Would you want to say something? Just a summary of why we are here.
Wow. Hey. Okay. All right. Let me just do that. No, I'm courteous like that. All right. So yes, we are here to understand more about the AWS Cloud Intensive Program with Azubi Africa in Generation. Okay. So if you seem a bit lost, this is what we are doing. It's also being recorded. You have access to the recording afterwards. Okay. And we are here to advocate to you to apply. If you haven't applied, and any other question that you might have as well. And the team is here to support you. There have been questions that have been answered already in the chat. You may find them there. In the event we need to repeat some answers, I think we can call on the team to do so. We are also taking note of time, and we do not just want to exceed time without, being respectful to your time as well. So if you also allow us to be able to share some of our responses to some of the questions in there. Okay, so where are some of the questions? Florencia, where do you want us to start from?
Yeah, I think I've seen where is the in-person meeting in Accra? I think I'll just take that one. The in-person meeting in Accra would be at our office at North Legon, Get Innotized office at North Legon. So once you get through, you make it through, and then you have to come. We'll send you an email with the location link in the email, so you don't have to worry about that. Our office is at North Legon. Yes. So someone is also asking, what if you have completed your NSS but don't have your certificate yet? Anybody in the team, Jeanette? I feel like I'm just talking too much, and I feel like they're tired of my voice. Yes. So, hi, Jeanette. Would you like to answer this one?
Hello, Florencia. Is this on NSS?
Yes. So the person is asking that what if they completed their NSS but they don't have their certificate yet? I think there's a couple of months before they get their certificate, and they're asking, would it affect them or do they qualify? Yeah.
Do not worry about that. We are humans. We are not robots, so we understand if such things happen. So there are other ways to still prove that you're done. You can use, for instance, your appointment letter, or like any identification where you worked, or a letter. Like, we will find other ways for you. So do not give up. Other documentation. So first, it proves that you're done. That's what we want.
All right. I think there's another question. Can you kindly still apply if you already completed a different course that Generation Ghana offers?
For this one, I would really like to call Giovanna. I don't know if she's here. Giovanna, do you want to go ahead, or I should do it?
Sure, I can jump in.
Thank
so
you.
If you already completed a different profession within the GROW coalition, so if you are already an alumni from GROW, you would not be selected for a new program. So sadly, you can only choose one profession to complete the program.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Another one, when is the deadline for registration?
I would say your deadline is this evening. Go ahead and apply. Okay. Do not worry too much. The team was very the team took it upon themselves to make this so that you can actually do this in one sitting. We tried it as well when they were done. Okay, we all sat in the evening and then we went through it as applicants just to see if this is possible. So don't worry too much and apply. Also, there's a kind of first, always it's a thing, right? The earlier you go into the process, the higher your chances of being checked and comfortably going through everything and then getting out of this. So you know, congratulations, and then you know you are done and you are not stressing yourself in the last minute. However, we do have this open until the first weeks of January. We do have this open until the first weeks of January. But I would advise that this evening into the weekend, just do yours and be done. Okay.
Yeah. Please, is this solutions architect? I think this is from Emmanuel. I'm not too clear on the question, what you mean. So if you could come clearer. So I think Dami also asked.
I think I could answer that for him. I
Okay.
don't want to explain for people. It's not very fun, but I think what he means is where the focus for the course is. If it's like developer
okay.
associate or solutions architect or something, yes, this is solutions architect.
Okay. All right. How long would it take to respond after the interview?
So which interview are we talking about here? So I hope it's not support chats, because support chats, we just want to have a conversation with you and get to collect information. For interviews, your interviews are recorded interviews on HireVue, and you would hear from us. As we said, before the closing of the program, you hear from us. In fact, you might even hear from us at least a week to 2 weeks after you've applied. You get notifications when you pass a stage, right? So you keep hearing from us before you get your final results and say congratulations. You keep hearing from us a lot. You see us everywhere. Even when you're not completing your application, we'll come and remind you that you should continue. So you will hear from us a lot.
Yes. So yeah, another question. What about those who are yet to do their NSS?
It depends, right? Is it that, for instance, you're in your final year and you're just about to do it, or is it that you are from outside Ghana and you don't have to do NSS? Or there are a lot of situations with this that I don't know about. There are criteria that we will still follow anyway. We need you to be with us 8 hours a day. It's one of the reasons why we're not taking people in national service. If you're in national service, I've been there. Okay, I would go to work in the morning. Lunchtime, I have to go get lunch for my bosses because I'm the NSS person. The seniors also want to meet the junior, and also they will send me. And by the time you realize it's like 6, and you need to lie down. So it's very difficult to, even if you say I want this to work, this might just not be the cohort one, might not be the one you want to join. I'm not saying forget about us. You can still come again another time, but we just need you to focus on us. We are jealous girlfriends and boyfriends here.
We love attention.
Us, exactly, and nothing else. It's some of the reasons why we are saying don't look at other people. Okay, give us your time alone, like only us.
Yes, like you gave me your time early this morning. Thank you.
Yes.
So yeah, when will the certification exams take place? And is it after the program or during the program? Yeah.
Oh, it will be counted as during, I believe. Yeah, so it will be during the program. We will book a time for you to have the exam written by that time. Everything will be planned out for you. You saw the timetable. We'll plan it out for you. It will be with us. Yes, during. I think that will be it.
Okay, I think this is just like very funny. I used 4 days to finish my application. According to this. Just wanted to put that in there.
When do you get stuck? The logic, probably. That was
so I think Lord also said he has completed his interview for 2 weeks but hasn't received any feedback. So when will the interview be reviewed? Janet, at this point, it's still all on you.
It's been more than what?
So it's been more than 2 weeks. So he completed his interview for 2 weeks now, but hasn't received any feedback yet. So when will the interview be reviewed?
Oh, you should hear from us this week.
Yeah.
It will probably be on you this week. Don't worry. Yeah, the week is not over. We still have time.
Okay, all right. I think I'll take this one. Theo was asking that he thought it's online, but he's hearing about the office. Now, the in-person is for, when you need to onboard, sometimes you need to show up for some more information. We're talking about enrollment forms and all of those things. So there are some documents that you need to show up. It doesn't mean that the training is going to be in person. It's just once in a while, if you are required to have like an in-person meet with a team, yes, you'll be required to come. And if you are in Accra, you are going to be coming to our office, get sanitized. And if you are in Kumasi, you're likely to go to Innovation Hub. So that's just it. We are not calling to come every day. No, no. We love attention, but not that much. Yes, I think so far, those are the only questions, and I believe the rest have also been answered by the team. Yes, so at this point, I don't know, are there any more questions? Anybody wants to unmute and say something?
I see a question here of asking if they have to pay a commission to Azubi Africa on any job offers or the program.
No. Or Janet, would you like to take it?
No, please.
I'm surprised.
No, it's a valid question. I don't know. From experience, you never know, right? You have to ask everything. Please, you know nothing. Okay, these people, Flourish and her team are just very weird people who like helping people get into jobs. I don't know, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay. The program is being sponsored. So all you need to do is bring yourself and give us all your time and study and make sure you're taking everything we ask you seriously and getting into a job. Okay. Maybe we give a round of applause for our sponsors and for Generation and then grow, because that's really amazing. The first time I heard about it, I was like, why do I have a job right now? Like sometimes free is nice. Even when you have a job, you want to go back and get something free. So no, okay, you're fine.
Yes, okay, I think we have two more. And two
Thank you,
more.
Joe.
Thank you so much, Ivana. Thank you. I don't know, I think I didn't catch it on time. Yes. I think if you're in your second year, can you still apply? I think Janet has already explained. Janet, would you just like to take it again? And then there's another one. Let me just read it as two so that I just respond to both of them.
Okay.
NSS is done once, and I did mine after completing my diploma. So I do have a degree, but my NSS certificate at this point was for diploma. So I think the person wants to ask whether is the diploma NSS certificate still valid?
NSS is done just once, right? So that's all we want to see, that you've done your due diligence to the government and you're done, and we are good to go there. And also about the NSS thing, it keeps coming up. I know you really want this. Okay, I understand the questions. If I was in your shoes, I'll ask more than this. But you should also consider yourself. Sometimes we promise ourselves some things. When I went to the university, first year, I did math, statistics, and computer science. Okay, I killed myself. It was suicide, but then I promised myself I have all the time in the world. Like, I want to do this. And I had all this zeal in the beginning, but reality is reality. And so we just have to consider some things. Okay, so for instance, if you've not done your NSS yet, you have some responsibilities to the state. You need to do this going forward. So what happens after learning cloud and then doing this, and then it's time for you to do NSS, and then you go to this company and you really like it there, and then I come back and I say, it's now time for you to go into a job. So I've got this cool job for you. Let's go do interviews in there. And then you say, nah, I don't like you anymore. Please, people, I have been hurt before. As I said, I'm a jealous girlfriend. I'm a jealous boyfriend. Please don't do this to me. And let's just reality. So it would be better if we just take it slow, make it through, and then we will meet back here on another course that just meshes with your timelines and everything works out. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Another one, I think I'm going to merge this one too. Are we going to receive data and stipends, and can Azubi Africa or generation support with a better laptop? Mazen said laptop is very low spec. So Janet, this one is all you.
Well, there will be support. Some of you have sat in on some support calls already where we are talking to some of you. There'll be an assessment done. There will be support provided based on this assessment and what we decide is needed for you to be able to go through this course. And there might be whatever information we have about these devices or whatever it is that you'll be getting, we'll let you know. So for instance, if stipends are tied to attendance or any rules that come with it, we'll let you know before you come in, but we will support you so that you can make it through the course. Okay.
All right, I think the very last one, okay, no, two actually. One is more like a complaint. I think the person said he or she cannot see their dashboard. Yeah, they don't have access to their dashboard anymore. Yeah. So I think that would have to be like a technical thing that should be resolved. Yes.
Yeah. Please, I've put an email in the chat, applications@azubiafrica.org. I'll put it there again right now, or maybe we'll just pin it at the top. Please, if you have any issue, reach out. Okay, reach out, keep reaching out until your issues are solved so that you can go ahead with it.
Okay, all right. And then last one, I think, are we going to write the certification exam at your designated centers, or we book to a center closer to you?
Oh, okay. So that's again, there'll be support, right? But then you don't necessarily have to travel into our offices to do that. There are also centers around. Examination is not here, but we already asked some questions about that. Yay. So we'll work it out with you, whichever works best. Because the booking system, the way it works, I love the test center one because they take all the responsibility and you just have to go sit down, air conditioned room and write the exam. But if needed, if you need to come into our office and we'll do setup for you or anything, again, there'll be discussions and this will be done.
All right. Thank you so much, Janet. So I think I'm going to end the Q&A by telling you that you have an admirer, someone who wants to speak to you directly after the session. So please, this one I'm telling you.
Whoever you are, I'm very easy to bribe. You just need either wache or cake.
Wache.
And I'm fine. And so don't worry.
Little Betty is telling you. She needs more towards watching. Don't worry. All right. So I think all too soon. Sorry. I think someone has the hands raised. Yes, Virginia, please go ahead.
There are two people, Frank and then Regina.
Regina. Okay. All right. So I think Frank can go. No, Regina can go first because I'm seeing.
Okay.
Hi, Regina. Hello. Oh, okay. I think Regina is muted.
Oh,
team, can you please help me out?
Yeah.
No, she can unmute. She can unmute.
Oh, she can. She
unmute
can actually.
Again, please.
Yeah. She can is enabled. Yeah, she's good now.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so good evening once again. And please, my question is about the age limit. I didn't get what exactly you said about the age limit, because I know this program is going to help a lot of ladies. And so, you know, when I saw the age limit, I know there are a lot of people who would need this to, progress in their career. So I want to hear about the age limit and whether it is not possible for, you to look beyond the age limit. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Regina. I think, and Janet, please, would you like to take the age limit? Hi, Janet.
Oh, sorry, I was speaking. So maybe we hear from Frank as well, and then we attack both.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Good evening. Good evening to you all, and good evening to Gideon. So my question is, someone asked whether if you're already taken a program with Generation Ghana, will you be allowed to take this program? The answer was no. Now that Generation Ghana is affiliating or somehow doing partnership with Azubi Africa, some of us has already taken program with Azubi Africa. So I just want to know, would we also be considered, or would the Generation Ghana affect us? I don't know. Yeah, I want to know. And the third one is, the last one is, I don't know, somehow I can't access my portal again. Anytime I use the link to log in, it just takes me to a different dashboard. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I can take it now.
Okay. All
But
right.
we do have Solomon. Maybe Solomon will be the last one. So
yeah, sorry, Solomon. I think Collins. I saw Collins and Maud, or they were just reactions. I don't know. All right. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. All right. So let me go the other way. Frank first and then Regina. Okay. So Frank, your question was about Azubi Africa and Generation and the partnership and all of that. But then I don't know if that was more of a comment, but then you also asked about the technical glitch, right?
No, I was asking, someone already asked a question that if you've taken a program already with Generation Ghana, would you be allowed to take the this program again? And the answer was no. So I'm asking, if you have already taken a program with Azubi Africa, will you be allowed to take this program?
Oh, okay. Sorry. So go ahead and apply. On Azubi's end, for some of our programs, you might not be allowed because some of them, there were contracts involved and all of that. But again, as Gideon said, you have to apply you have to buy the ticket to win the lottery. So I wouldn't say stop. Go ahead, and then if you make it through, you make it through. Okay. Because again, we want people with a tech background. Some of our courses have tech backgrounds and all of that. So if you don't have any limitations contract-wise, you will be allowed through on our end. Okay. For the technical issue that you're having, please go ahead and send me an email to applications@azubiafrica.org. I want it all together in one place so that we deal with them one after the other for you so that you can successfully go through and apply. Okay. Okay, so Regina, about the age, it's a thing, right? Because I'm all about the girls. Okay, I had an opportunity to get into a training, and now I'm in my position, and I know how scarce sometimes girls in tech are. In my job right now, I am very fortunate to be working with a lot of ladies. My director is a lady, and my colleagues, some of them, like Florentia, is here. And so it's fun, and I get this, and it will be good to allow more women into this. And actually, this program encourages more women to come in. It's just we also have some funding some limitations from the partners that we need to consider. Gentlemen are welcome as well. Okay, I'm not saying that you're not welcome, but then yeah, we're ladies. We have to talk about ourselves sometimes. But all I'm saying is, sometimes there's some limitations that we cannot go past for some particular courses. Okay, when some other opportunities come, maybe it will just be people over 35 that are picked for that one. There are situations like that. It depends on the cohort and what we need from it and what kind of partners are saying and what it is tied to. So unfortunately, it's a hard limit that we cannot go beyond for this particular course. But I would say that being here and how passionate people are about getting women into tech, I would be very glad if you could just stick with us. Let all your friends who want to come into this role stick with Azubi. And then if anything like that comes up, we'll just be like, hey, it's our time. And then we'll jump on that one as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I don't know, you said Solomon. Hi, Solomon. Can you please unmute and go ahead with your question?
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everybody. So my questions, in fact, a lot of them have been answered, but there are two more. So with regards to the interviews, I took the interviews all right, but I'm asking if there will be the chance for me to retake that. And then are there any volunteering opportunities at any of your organizations? That's what I want to know.
Volunteering, as in teaching, or just anything at all? You just want to be with us?
Yeah, anything at all, like anything at all.
Okay, I would say not at the moment, but I would love for you to reach out again, applications, but just let me know. Okay, say hello to Janet on there and tell me this is this, and you're making it known that if we have any opportunity and you want we want people to volunteer, you are very willing, and I'll keep in touch with you. Okay, I'll send you to the right officers, and if anything opens up, I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
Please, can you take that again? I didn't get that.
Just send me a message on applications@azubiafrica.org. I think at this point I have to put the email back in the chat. So, let me do that. It's there, but okay. Yes, thank you, Ganiyu. So it's in the chat. Please just send us a message through there, and we will keep you in our books for anything that's we are able to, anything that opens, and then we'll just let you know, hey, you said you are willing to help us with this, and so let's talk, right? And then we'll go from there.
Yes. So I think we'll just take the last two from Collins and Maud, and then we can wrap it up. And then every other question or any other question you might have, you can send it via applications@azubiafrica.org. Hello, Collins. Hello, Maud. Okay, I think at this point I would say that maybe those were just reactions. They were trying to tackle the reactions and then they raised their hands. So yes, it's been. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, I'm blushing, but unfortunately you can't see. Thank you so much. So it's been great. I think I believe most of our questions have been answered. Oh, agenda, oh, it's true, agenda. They just just busted my bubble. Like, it's fine, but I'll still take the compliment. So yes, we are very, very grateful that you took time off to join our info session. Now we know there's a whole lot going on, and we are very, very happy that you joined our session, and we hope that you take the steps. Just enroll today, go through the process, and we hope to see you on the other side. I think Maud is ready now. Maud, can you please share your question in the chat so that the team can respond to you in the chats? Because I think, yes, thank you. Because we've gone like way ahead, like way beyond the time. We told everyone it's supposed to be an hour. We've gone, we have respect for everyone's time, and we don't want to, spend more than we asked for. So again, if you have any more questions, any more issues that need to be resolved, please reach out to the team on applications@azubiafrica.org. And you can also connect with us on all our various social media platforms. Yes. So I think at this point, I'd like to take some closing remarks. Anybody on the team, do you want to say something so that we end it quickly? You can just say closing remarks in the end. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Lovely people. Hey, so it's been a long evening, and yes, so I think we can all turn on our cameras and then we can say a very good evening Azubi to everybody. Okay. So we have an Azubi tradition we all do, and hey, just join us and let's do it together. All right. So you can turn on your camera, you can join us, and we are all just going to shout Azubi.
I'm going to
okay.
do some. I'm going to do some. Yes.
So let's just do it. Okay. So we are going to count on 3, and then we are all going to shout Azubi. The last person will clean the chat. We'll sweep the chat room. Okay. All right. So now everybody can unmute. Okay. You're joining the Azubi family. Everybody can unmute. And on 3, we are going to count. So 1, 2, 3. And then on 3, we all shout Azubi. All right. If you shout the loudest, we'll check your interview the first.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, and no false starts. No false starts. 2,
I'm ready.
3. Azubi.
Azubi.
Awesome.
My voice.
Have a good evening, everybody. Have a good evening.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. So nice meeting you.
Hi.
What's going on?
Janet, I'm waiting for you.
Hey.
Janet,
People,
I'm waiting for you.
all the best with your applications to everyone. Bye-bye. Hey.
Bye, guys.
I went
No,
closing
wait,
for me.
bye-bye.
Is this after party? What's going on?
No, there's no after party. So we're actually going to end the meeting now. Please send all. So please send all your messages via the email that has been provided. Enjoy your evening. Bye bye.
Janet,